Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to Marrick's Koi Pond. Tuesday 2nd of September I believe, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Bit gloomy, bit miserable, but we've had a brilliant summer so can't complain. Been doing some maintenance and tidying up in the filter house today. Finally cleared the decks. Everything in its rightful place, although I am running out of space in here. It's only a 7x6 shed and I'm using every single bit of space in here. Just clean my upflow filter. Every bit of available space in here is used up. But I've got room for a seat that I can listen to my radio. Just lifted the lid on the bio chamber. Haven't done this for a couple of months because it's had loads of stuff just chucked on top of it. But I thought I'd open it up and have an inspection. Everything seems to be fine. Helix 13. Most of that is Helix 13. There's a little bit of K plus media, koipond pads. Ozone is performing well. 339, 340 millivolts. I'm trying to keep that in between, I don't know, 340 and 360 millivolts. Seems to be the sweet spot. But the reason I'm making this video today really is got up this morning, postman's been. Anyway, loads of letters on the doormat. One from Eon Energy. Only putting the prices up again in October. I mean, only in this country. Putting them up again in October. I'm just sick of it. I mean, I'm quite lucky actually because on the house there is like 3.4 kilowatt solar array on the house roof, and honestly we're here for nothing. I mean, it cost us, like, fit payment pays me about £1,200 a year, and our gas and electric comes in at about £1,200 a year, so really I can't complain. I'm here for nothing really. Fit payments covers the gas and electricity we use during the year and this pond, you know, but it just still annoys me, you know. Dead lucky because I got in right at the beginning, so my fit payments are paying me something like, I don't know, can't remember, 65, 68p a kilowatt, whereas if you went and got solar panels put on your roof now, you'd be lucky if you got 6p a kilowatt, and you only get that for 20 years, where the system I've got on mine, fit payments run for 25 years. But it's still damn annoying, you know, to wake up to a letter and putting the prices up in October again. Ridiculous. Anyway, like I say, I've got those solar panels on the roof, on the house roof, but also I've supplemented it with, I've got another 600 watt inverter there, and I've got some solar panels on this shed. If you can make that out, some solar panels, flexible solar panels on that shed roof there, 400 watts worth of panels there, all helps, you know. But what I'm going to do in the winter I should do some research, and you know what, because I'm not having it. I'm not having them keep putting the prices up. So what I'm going to do over winter, I'll do some research. I'll just come back to you in a minute when this plane's gone. Where was I? Yeah, in the winter I should do some research, and I'm going to get a couple of, I don't know, 400 watt panels on there, so it'll be another 800 watts worth of solar panel on here on top of this pergola, so I'll be well in surplus, and that will take care of any increases in the cost of the electricity and the gas. Like I'm saying, I'm breaking even at the moment, might even be in pocket, but that's what my plan is. Get two 400 watt panels up there, and I've got another I have got another one of these inverters in the shed, so I shall fit another inverter by the side of that and feed it straight into the mains. But the other project I'm going to do is, see this here, that's a power centre, not a power centre, what do they call it? Power station, that's it, that's a power station. The bottom one there is the actual machine itself, and then the one sitting on top is an expansion battery, and I think from memory, just going from memory, that's about 4.1, 4.2 kilowatts worth of power sitting in them two little boxes there. I've had this about 18 months now, and I haven't done anything really with it because I felt that the power down to this shed, I was always pushing my luck with it, you know. But back in the spring, we've run had an electrician in, and he's run proper armed cable down to this shed from the fuse box inside the garage. So this is more than adequate now, this cable, to take any extra power. But what my plans are now, you see that box of tricks there with a neon light, what I shall do is I shall break into that, and I'm going to fit an auto transfer switch, because another thing we've had the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've had this is what really pisses me off. Keep getting letters putting the gas and electric up, and we keep getting power cuts. Now it can be off for like 2 minutes, or it can be off for like 2 hours, and it always happens in the middle of the night, or while you're away, you know, while you're away from the house. And 2 things that worries me is, you know, the fish, obviously, you know, no oxygen, not necessarily worried about the pumps not running, but lack of aeration in the pond, you know. And also that fridge freezer, when we've got a big American style fridge freezer, that freezer goes down, you know, that drops 2 or 3 degrees for any length of time, you know, it's your food ruined. You know, it's expensive to fill that freezer up with grub. So another winter project is to fit an auto transfer switch, so if the power goes down, if we have a mains power cut, in here will be an auto transfer switch where it will switch this on, and this will feed the pond. This will feed everything in this filter house and everything that's running on the pond. And if that's successful, then what I should do, I should probably move this up to the garage and put the auto transfer switch in the garage. So if we get a power cut, at least, you know, I know I'm safe. If we're away from the house or whatever, it will switch automatically over to this, like I say, 4.2 kilowatt. This will run the house and run this pond, no problem. And obviously when the mains comes back on, it will switch this off and obviously switch back to the mains. Just sick to death of bloody electric companies, electric and gas companies. Water company is bad, you know. just keep putting the prices up and up and up, and the rubbish we're getting out of our tap water, or even, you know, top of my street, there's been a water leak there for like 3 weeks, just running down the street. You know, it's been reported several times. Anyway, they have come out eventually after about 7 days, started digging up the road to sort it out, but God knows how many gallons of water they've wasted there. Anyway, that's that little rant over. But that's why I've done this little video, because I saw that letter this morning. Bloody hell, they're putting the prices up again. Anyway, that's that little rant over. So, auto transfer switch. So this power station, the expansion battery, can feed this filter house. If it's successful, then this will go into the shed. I'll move the auto transfer switch into the, sorry, not into the shed, into the garage. And then, you know, if we have a mains power cut, at least, excuse me, come on, switch off. Wow, that took a long time. Anyway, yeah, like I say, if that's successful, then you know, if we do have a mains power cut, then at least the fridge freezer will be safe, and it will feed this pond as well. So 2 little projects: research some solar panels. No, I'm not going to cover all of it. I'll just cover sort of one end of it, you know, with 2 solar panels, 2 400 solar panels. That's 800 watts of solar panel, extra solar panels, which are more than cover this increase. Or I know you got to buy them in the first place, and you got to wire them in, but it's not something, you know, it's something you can do yourself. But it's also fun. I just love it, you know. I just love making my own electric. But anyway, like I say, that's that rant over. This is quite relatively clean, actually. Like I say, this hasn't been lifted for a couple of months because there's all been rubbish and stuff on top of the lid, like, you know. What else have we got to say? It's coming up to October, so depending on how I feel in October, we might have an annual measure up. Well, I say annual, I missed it last year because I had trouble with this pond leaking in the liner, if you remember. So these never got measured up, even when I took them out and put them in the swimming pool, and vice versa. When I took them out of the swimming pool, put them back into the pond, I never measured them. But I might, depending on how I feel, I might have a measure up in October. That yellow monkey, that's the one I'm looking for. Be very, very interesting to see what that is. What does that say? How big was that when I got that? You know what, I can't see a thing. It's female. You know what, I can't even see. 27 cm. That was 27 cm when I got that. And the other one I'm interested in is the Marasai Karashi. That was 66 cm when I got that, and the last measure up was not last October, the year before. We got it to over 80. I can't remember whether it was spot on 80 or 81 or 82. Well, that's the next one. I'll be interested to see what that's done. Right, I think we called it a day at that. Well, but not very exciting, just me having a moan about the cost of electric. But anyway, if you enjoyed it, please hit that like thumb and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you on the next one. So thanks very much for watching. Bye.